Let's bring you the latest from Rivers State. The All Progressive Congress has condemned the recent statements credited to the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, over his claim that the State House of Assembly exists at his discretion. This National Publicity Secretary of the party says that the statement is reckless and an affront to the nation's constitution. News Center's Joshua Imarayi completes the report.
The statement from the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, while expressing his displeasure at a faction of the State Assembly loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike.
Those group of men who claim that are Assembly members are not Assembly members. They are not existing. I think it's according to a time when I need to make a statement on this thing, so that they understand that they are not existing. Their existence is me allowing them to exist. If I de-recognize them, they are nowhere.
The comments have evoked controversies, the latest being a reaction from the All Progressive Congress, emphasizing that the governor's action is a direct affront to the constitution of the country and a threat to democracy.
Governor Fubara's declaration that the Rivers State House of Assembly does not exist is not only reckless, it is a direct affront to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The House of Assembly is a creation of the Constitution and vested with the legislative authority of the state.
The APC is emphasizing that the 27 House of Assembly members who defected from the PDP to the APC remain constitutionally recognized members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. They say only a court of law can determine their status.
Only a properly constituted court of law can make a determination as to whether a member of the House of Assembly has vacated a seat in accordance with that provision of the Constitution. As no such judicial determination has been made, the 27 APC members of the House of Assembly remain the constitutionally recognized and authorized members of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
The National Publicity Secretary of the APC is calling on the governor to submit himself to the dictates of the Constitution and the rule of law, warning that his actions are an impeachable offense. In Abuja for News Central, I am Joshua Imarayi.
The Rivers State High Court in Port Harcourt has granted an interim injunction restraining pro-Wike Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Martin Amaewhule, and 24 other members from parading themselves as legislators. The court's directive prohibits them from convening or participating in any official meetings at the Assembly premises. This decision stems from an Exparte order filed against the pro-Wike lawmakers by Pro-Siminialayi Fubara Speaker Victor Oko Jumbo and 3 others. The interim injunction declares the seats of the 1st to 25th defendants vacant pending further legal proceedings. The court also issued a restraining order prohibiting Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the Chief Judge, who are 26th and 28th defendants in the suit, from engaging with Amaewhule and his 25 loyalists. We have as guest a familiar face here, political commentator who has spoken quite recently on this subject matter, Godswill Jumbo. Godswill, thank you very much for joining us again. It wasn't quite long we talked about this, and you were quite strong in your submissions about the legalities around the emergence of a new speaker. And now we have a court case, a court order. What's your reaction to this latest development, and how does it validate or invalidate your previous position?
Okay, well, first of all, let me clear the air about the position of the APC through its spokesperson. The Constitution in Section 109, subsection G, is clear about the position of an elected official in whatever capacity, and that if you're sponsored to a position and you defect, you lose that position because the party that sponsored you, you have moved from that party to another party. And that section of the Constitution did not say this will be subject to a court of law saying or not saying. It is deemed to be automatic. But then it is also fine that eventually Governor Siminalayi and maybe the current Speaker of the House of Assembly thought it wise that since these guys are not being, maybe they're not thinking in the direction of being honorable to vacate their seats, having become from the party that sponsored them to the position, they are still hanging around and trying to make it look like they are actually lawmakers. They now sought the discretion of the courts to now look at the issues and be able to take a position. I think it's a welcome development. So for me, in the midst of all of this, I think it's something I find quite interesting. I find it as a welcome development that the Speaker, Right Honorable Victor Oko Jumbo and his colleagues have gone to court now to ask the court to determine what is the position of the issues around Martin Amaewhule and his co-travelers, and also I think it is a fine one so that the whole drama that could turn to violence could also be checkmated, because these things can actually spiral out of control with emotions running very high between yesterday and
Godswill, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just trying to rely on memory based off our last conversation. You were quite firm, if I recall correctly, that this Oko speakership is not lawful, and I think you quoted some laws and some reasons why you chose that part. So, this court judgment, if I am correct, are you indicating that it changes your position from our previous conversation and that the speakership of Oko is now legal?
No. Maybe somebody else, but for me, I never said Oko Jumbo's speakership. I said that the lawmakers who defected from the PDP to the APC, they lost their membership of the House of Assembly, and consequently, whatever position, whether speaker or whatever they are holding. And then the remaining members of the Assembly, which Oko Jumbo is one of them, constitutes the constitutionally recognized members of the House of Assembly. Now, from among them, they have elected one of them, which is Victor Oko Jumbo, to be the Speaker. He is, in the eyes of the law, in line with the provisions of the Constitution, he is the authentic Speaker and the only Speaker of the House of Assembly. It doesn't change my position. I never said he's not legal. I'm saying that he is the legal, he is authentic, he is a constitutionally recognized Speaker of the House of Assembly.
Okay.
Martin Amaewhule was a Speaker of the House of Assembly until his defection. The law is clear, and that is the ground norm in particular. It is not just any law, the ground norm, the Constitution, the overriding, primal law of the country is clear that once you defect, you lose that position. So up to the point where Martin Amaewhule and his colleagues defected, he was Speaker up to that point. And from that point, the law does not recognize him as such.
All right, thank you very much for that clarification. It was imperative, and that was why I framed my question the way I did, because I was trying to recall from memory. Now that we have this scenario, do you think maybe there is some light at the end of the tunnel with a crisis at the River State House of Assembly, or do you expect maybe another court to come up with a ruling that may put paid to what we have today?
Well, this particular, it's an interim injunction. It is not the end of the road, actually. It is an interim injunction restraining the 25 lawmakers from parading themselves as members of the House of Assembly, and then secondly, from holding the meetings they'll be holding and purporting to be, conducting legislative business. And the governor from receiving, the governor, the attorney general, and the state chief judge from receiving or interacting with them as per the River State House of Assembly. Now, I expect that both parties will not stop here. I expect that this group that has been restrained will want to go to another court and try to restrain the opposite group and all of that. I expect that to happen. But I also want to use this opportunity to call on the judiciary. We need to rein this situation in. We need to contain it. The judiciary should be able to rise to the occasion, look at the provisions of the extant laws of the country, and be able to take a position that is clear and unambiguous, so that we prevent, future situations like this, where a conviction is entrenched in a state, inhibiting governance from happening, inhibiting development from taking place, preventing the progress, economic progress, social progress of a state from happening.
I do hope that the judiciary will listen to...
steps in and, addresses this situation.
I mean, you're one among many who have made this call about the judiciary, stepping up literally. Thank you very much, Godswill, for speaking with us.
My pleasure.